If you search for tenderness, it isn't hard to find. You can have the love you need to live. But if you look for truthfulness, you might just as well be blind. It always seems to be so hard to give. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, and mostly what I need from you. I can always find someone to say they sympathize if I wear my heart out on my sleeve. But I don't want some pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone to believe. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, and mostly what I need from you. I can find a lover, I can find a friend, I can have security until the bitter end. Anyone can comfort me with promises again. I know, I know, I know. When I'm deep inside of me, don't be too concerned. I won't ask for nothing while I'm gone. But when I want sincerity, tell me where else can I turn? 'Cause you're the one that I depend upon. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever had, and mostly what I need from you.
Honesty.
Hey,
Hey, Mark.
hello.
Everybody.
We're
it's
back.
Brewsic. We're back. That was Billy Joel, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I think you picked that one. Well, you picked the album. I picked the song off the album.
That I wouldn't have picked that song, but yeah, that album is great.
So the episode today of Brewsic is it's going to be called Firsts.
Right.
So it's like first albums or first memories, first whatever. You did your first skateboard trick listening to Billy Joel in your cassette player or whatever it
Saw
was.
your first Playboy.
Yeah, whatever. So that's the theme today. And that was off, what did you say, 52nd Street?
Yeah.
So you have any anecdotes for us about 52nd Street as an album?
One of
you
the
like?
best albums of that I think it's one of the best albums put out there.
Is it your favorite Billy Joel album?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He, to me, I mean, he must have been a band Nazi. Told everybody exactly what note to play and when to play them, and he's was probably a jerk. But the music is
It turned out.
yeah,
It was probably his vision.
Yeah.
Got what he wanted.
yeah, it's Billy Joel to me is really great, but
Well,
that early Billy Joel
early stuff?
Of course, I don't like all the cheesy stuff.
Cool. Well, we have some of that cheesy stuff later. So we're going to do another one here, and this one is a Willie Nelson tune,
Okay.
and it's from, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, and this is off of my memory banks, and this reminds me of probably like the first time I have a specific memory of this song, I guess, and I was out in the field with my grandpa feeding cows, and it was like winter-ish. Wasn't totally snow or anything, but it was definitely cold and frosty, and we were listening in his red pickup truck. We were listening to the country station that he got down there, which was an AM station. I don't remember what it was now, but they were playing this song. So I remember like feeding a cow hay while listening to this song as a little kid. And hay is for horses and for cows.
You were a real farm kid.
Yeah, for sure. Was on the weekends all the time, and summers in like weeks at a time in the summer. Basically all the time as a kid on the farm. So this song reminds me of that and of my grandpa. Of that, actually, the smell of hay comes to me when I hear this song, which is weird, but it's just such a specific memory I have. So we're gonna listen to this one again. It's Willie Nelson, "Always on My Mind."
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. And maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. And maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times. And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. And give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Boy, wasn't that beautiful, Mark?
Oh, Willie. Oh, Willie.
The redheaded stranger himself, Willie Nelson.
Is it
Dolly
cool?
Parton was definitely on there.
Yep.
I just saw him 2 weeks ago, concert,
Where?
out in the field.
Oh, right.
The Pipeline Show with him and Neil Young. And that dude can still play. Like, he's like a jazz guitar player, really is what he does. And it's always been strange to me. He always like sings in front of the beat. Like, he always comes in what feels like too early.
Right.
And I would hate to be his band, but maybe they're probably used to it by now.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think it would throw everything off. But all he does is just play licks, and then sings half the song, and then he lets the crowd sing the rest. His set list hasn't changed in probably 10 years.
Right.
And
well, we saw him at Stir, was it?
Yeah, we saw him at Stir.
Yeah.
I've seen him at Stir 2 times, and I saw him. Yeah, I think I've seen him 4 or 5 times now. But he's one of my favorites. I bet I have probably more Willie Nelson records than anything I have.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he's been making them for so much. Puts out like at least 2 a year. Still.
Yeah.
He's like 83 years old.
Jeez.
So that was Willie Nelson. Always on my mind.
I love the fact that he, has cameos in new movies, and it's always funny, and it's and the Ryan Adams Willie.
Yeah, remember when he produced their album?
Yeah,
that's like the Songbird is the album. That's a good album.
That
for
is
Willie.
a good one.
And that was only within the last few years.
Yeah.
And the most recent album he did was the first album of all original stuff that he's done in like 10 years.
So he's keeping up on the times,
Oh yeah. He's done, I mean, geez, I have a reggae album that he did. I have an album he did of covers that were all from women singers. I have a duets album that he did this year with like all female singers, different like Sheryl Crow and Emmy Lou and all those folks. Cool. Nora Jones is on it.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much anything that Willie has, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So the next one that we've got, this is the first time we've played any music by this band, and it's The Who. And I can tell you a little bit about this, and then we'll play it. But I got this as a cassette tape for Easter in 5th grade, which would have been 1990. And I asked for it, right? Like I wanted The Who because I was into it, because I was hanging out with Daryl, and he was into The Who.
Right.
So I got it, and I remember listening to it in Lisa's room. That same year, she got a Paul Abdul tape.
Oh.
And we weren't down with that. MC Scat Cat and all that crap. Remember that?
You didn't break it, did you?
No, we didn't break it. We're not like Sean, but we just took it out of the tape player and we listened to it. And it had a song on it. It was Who's Greatest Hits. So it's like Who's Next, I think it's some of the songs off that album. Mm-hmm. And it had some other ones, but it had Who Are You? Remember that song?
Sure.
And Daryl pointed out to me in 5th grade, he's like, hey, they say fuck on this song. And we listened to it, and they did. Who the fuck are you? And we thought that was the best. So we got that tape, and I listened to it a lot. So that's my little story about this. So this is a song that we played. We covered this, I think, back in the Strangers days.
I remember that.
And it was always fun. I always liked doing this one.
Sure.
I
had no idea what I was doing the whole time we were playing music, so...
Well, that's cool. I kind of remember it that way.
Yeah.
I remember wanting to look like Roger Daltrey. That never happened.
Oh.
Or sound like him. That didn't happen either. But oh well. You can't always get what you want. Oh, that's a different band. So let's play it. Bob O'Reilly.
All right. Listen for the word fuck. Oh, right.
I don't need to be forgiven. only teenage wasteland. Sally, take my hand. We'll travel south cross land. Put out the fire and don't look past my shoulder. The exodus is here. The happy ones are near. Let's get together before we get much older. Teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. Teenage wasteland. Oh yeah. Teenage wasteland. They're all wasted. He wants to dream like a young man with the wisdom of an old man. He wants his home and security. He wants to live like a sailor at sea. Beautiful loser, where you gonna fall when you realize you just can't have it all? He's your oldest and your best friend. If you need him, he'll be there again. He's always willing to be second best, a perfect lodger, a perfect guest. Beautiful loser, read it on the wall and realize you just can't have it all. Just can't have it all. You just can't have it all. Can't have it all. You can try, but you can't have it all. Ah, yeah. He'll never make it. for a loser. Never take it all, 'cause it's easier and faster when you fall. You just don't need it all. You just don't need it all. Just don't need it all. Just don't need it all.
So obviously that was Bob Seger
Bob Seger.
following up on The Who. So that one, the first that's associated with that one is that was the first CD I ever bought was Bob Seger's Greatest Hits. I got it at Target
Okay,
over on 56th and Highway 2 over there.
sure.
It was like $7.99, and it was the album where he was like dressed all in black. They had like a pink kind of like sunset behind him. It was like 15 or 16 track Greatest Hits.
Are you sure it wasn't $6.59?
No, it was like $7.99.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
figured you'd know.
No, I'm pretty positive. But that song, that version of that song, is not from that. It's one of his biggest hits. But the version that you normally would hear of that, like that everybody knows and they play on the radio, is a live version from the Silver Bullet band, and it was like live. I mean, it might have been called Live Bullet. Maybe that's another thing Daryl would tell us. Maybe 40 years ago, maybe. One of my dad's favorite records. And I like this studio version more. It has a little bit more piano. It's a little softer sound.
The piano is really cool. It's the way that is played is, I mean, I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it's really cool.
It sounded good, I thought. So that's the reason I picked that one over the one everybody knows. I was guessing maybe a lot of people don't know this version, so that's why I picked this one. So up next, we've got a song that our last episode that we did was a covers one. And this song that we're playing right now could have gone on there because I've seen the Bettys play this song before live.
Oh, yeah.
When they opened for Pokey Lafarge up in Omaha.
they
played
opened
this
for
song.
Pokey?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's the whole reason I kind of went to it.
That's what I'm missing. My Betty's koozie.
You need it, man.
The knitted one.
That's
Where
what we
is it?
need. We're going to need it later, too, so
Well,
we'll have to scrounge around maybe after we hear this song. But this is one of the ones off your list that you sent to me. So let's play it, and then we'll talk about it after this.
okay.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, to bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
How's that for the Wayback Machine?
Wow.
So that was Tennessee Ernie Ford, 16 tons.
Reminds me of sitting on my grandma's Davenport listening to
What's
records.
Davenport? Like a couch?
Yeah.
I've
Of course
never heard
it's a
that
couch.
term.
Yeah, having a good old-fashioned sit-down on the Davenport, and
Okay. And they had this on vinyl?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because it, has a memory in my head from when
Sure.
I used to hang out and listen to records.
So how old would you have been?
I don't know. Anywhere from 4 to 6, 7,
Wow,
8.
that's pretty young
Yeah.
for Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Mm.
I mean, considering that he hadn't been around for 50 years almost. That had to have been recorded in the 50s, late 50s.
I'm sure.
Maybe early 60s, but I doubt it. That guy had a heck of a voice.
Mm-hmm.
People, they don't name kids after states like that anymore. There's no Tennessee, kids named anymore.
Well, you should start that tradition.
Maybe I'll have to, because there's Tennessee Williams, the famous playwright, and Tennessee Ernie Ford, and then that was pretty much it. They crapped out on the Tennessee names,
Well,
I guess. Maybe we'll start something up, Nebraska or something, Iowa.
you can have a kid named Nebraska.
Why not?
Okay.
We'll start it up. We'll chart a new trend.
Start working on that.
Yeah, that's the best part, I think. Which kind of, in a way, turns this around here. Because the next one that we're going to do is a Beatles song.
Okay.
And it's the first, and the reason that's one of the first, at least on this list, is it was the first new recorded Beatles song.
Okay.
For, almost 30 years. I think this came out when I was in high school. And it was the one that they found, like, John's demo. And they got together with George Martin, and the rest of the guys added stuff to it. And this was like the lead single off of the box set thing that they had.
Oh.
And I loved it. Oh, man, I listened to all of them. I bought them all. I was a huge, huge, huge Beatles freak, especially right when you first met me.
Yeah.
Right out of high school into college, like, that's all I listened to. I had all their albums by the time I was out of high school. Like, I had every single one.
And you have a copy of the White.
Yeah, on vinyl with the posters in it.
Not very many people do.
No. And it's in good condition, too.
Yeah, it's in great.
It's one of my favorite ones I've got. But, yeah,
Yeah.
it has all 4 of the posters. I've never even listened to it. I was scared to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Don't even look at it.
Yeah, it's in a box. I don't even look at it. I'm scared to even acknowledge that I own it because it might disappear.
Right.
So this one, it's free as a bird. It's got some cool guitar parts in there added in by George and the gang. And it sounds something like this.
find out.
What'd you think of that ending?
That's great.
I think that's how they kind of added in their 60s psychedelic thing. That had to have been George playing a ukulele or something sped up at the end.
Yeah,
Because he was a big ukulele guy.
he was.
So what'd you think of that track?
I love that track.
It's good.
Yeah.
The other one that they did on the second anthology set that came out as a single was Free Love, I think is what it was called.
Okay.
And, oh no, it was Real Love. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that was the other demo that they had. I can't believe that in their everything he's recorded, John Lennon, they only had 2 songs that they could use, like had any sort of usable stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure
There's got
there's
to be a vault full
a
of
vault.
stuff somewhere.
that people like you and I would just drool over and
Probably be like when they opened up the Ark in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Don't look at it," and then we'd be the Nazis. We'd be like, "Oh, look at all these great songs!" John. Ah! And our faces would melt.
for the record, I'm not a Nazi.
No, I'm not either. I don't condone it. I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with anything that they did.
I really like my hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Do
you.
you have a lot of hair?
I got a lot of facial hair.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of hair. You're right about that. Hey, Mark, what you sipping on over there?
I don't
Sipping
know.
is the key phrase.
It's an IPA.
Well, it looks to me like it's Stone Ruination IPA,
Right.
which is a Imperial IPA.
It is kicking my booty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pretty hoppy?
Yeah, it's great. I
Is
love it.
it like citrusy hoppy or like piney?
It is piney.
Piney? I like a piney
Yeah.
hop.
It's
I'm also drinking Stone, but I've got their coffee milk stout. You had this before?
no, I haven't.
Here's what we should do. We're going to do this because we're taping it.
We're gonna switch.
No, you just take a drink of it, and then you tell me like 3 things that come to your mind as soon as you drink it. Here he goes. He's drinking it. He swallowed it. That's one word. 2 more.
It is very has a lot of coffee taste to it.
It does.
It's smooth. It's not gonna blast your head off with
Nope.
the flavor. It's good. It's a milk stout that's a coffee milk stout that's. I mean,
It's not real sweet.
no.
I was actually kind of hoping for a little bit sweeter, and the reason of that is because you remember when James made that sweet stout?
Yeah.
He spoiled me. Like I can't drink milk stouts that aren't sweet anymore because his was like chocolate milk. It was like drinking the bottle the bottom of a Cocoa Pebbles bowl.
The man is a genius.
He
with
knows
beer.
how to brew beer for sure.
That guy is
So anything
freaking great.
anything that I have that's similar to that, I put it on that pedestal, and this one. I mean, it's great. Obviously, it's mass produced, so they make a bunch of it and they make a
Yeah.
lot of money on it. But it's not sweet enough for me. But I do like it. It's very bitter for the coffee flavor.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of coffee,
It does have a lot of coffee.
and I like that.
Yeah.
So let's keep it going on the Beatles here. And I hope that I got this right. This is another one of the songs that you told me that was one of the ones on your list, but it's probably not this version. But it's Kansas City, Hey, 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 I think is the title.
Okay.
And this is a Beatles version, and it's off Anthology 1, which is kind of what we were talking about earlier. The first one that came out with the song we just listened to. So it's on that same album.
Okay.
And this, I think, might have been recorded maybe in Hamburg, Germany, taking it back to that Nazi thing. I don't think they were sympathizers. I think they were just trying to get gigs.
Do you think we're gonna make it past the Police with 2 songs in a row from the same artist?
We'll see. We're
All
going to
right.
find out, man. If not-
you're such a rebel.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, I did purchase this also at Target back in the day in high school, but you
Okay.
know, that's a different thing. If they want to see my receipt, I might have it still. Probably not. That was like 20
That's
years
like
ago.
really.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Kansas City, and it's sang by the old Paul McCartney and the rest of the Beatle gang. Goes like this.
Kansas City, gonna get my baby back home. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to Kansas City, gonna get my baby back home. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a long, long time since my baby been gone. Kansas City, gonna get
was probably from like 1964, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
So tell me the story about that song. Probably not that version, but that song.
No, it's not that version, and I don't know if it's the same song. Well, when I was a kid, Kansas City, here we come. My grandpa, played that song like over and over and over. He'd get drunk on like old mud and old Milwaukee, and just he was a huge guy. He's like 6'5", 350 pounds. He's like,
dang,
just huge. And that guy getting drunk and dancing around shook the whole house.
And he loved that song, huh?
And I remember just being a little kid looking at him like, oh my gosh, it's like, what is he doing? And good memory in my head is of him just being him, drunk and
happy,
dancing around and happy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I think that I guess I've been doing a lot of research, and I've been listening to some podcasts and stuff. And one of the ones I listened to recently, they were talking about how if it wasn't for bands like the Beatles and the Stones and the Who, maybe like blues music would be lost, because it was like nobody listened to it in the States. It wasn't something that, especially like to have any sort of like market share, like white kids have to buy it, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't. And
that's a very good point.
Like in the late 50s, it was all about rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And the same into the 60s sort of thing. Like that whole thing was changing, and the way everybody was listening to music was different. And it wasn't until like bands like the Stones and the Beatles were covering old R&B and blues songs, not unlike this one, that people started buying those records, from the Beatles or the Stones or the Who, and then like wanted to dig a little deeper. Like, okay, well, that's their version. Let's hear, Howlin' Wolf, or let's hear Screamin' Jay, or let's hear, like Robert Johnson, something like that. Like they wanted to hear the origin of it. So that's kind of how late 60s, some American bands started playing blues.
Sure.
And then like Eric Clapton got involved a little bit later on, and then it's kind of been to where it's at now. But like I think it was close to almost dying out. If it wasn't for those bands, it might have.
I'm guessing that those bands and like Jerry Lee Lewis and all those guys had to play it. They probably heard it and they're like, this is what I really have to do right now, or want to.
Yeah, the real musicians could, that's one of the things about the blues, and you've kind of turned me onto the blues. We've known each other that long, and that's the first kind of stuff we ever did was blues. But it's like you can feel it.
Yeah.
And if you can't feel it, then you can't play it. and you can't fake it. Like, there's no fake in the blues.
That's where I think everybody should start out playing music, is in the blues.
I got you. Get a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what those English bands the same way. And that's, like, especially the first couple Beatles albums, there's a lot of R&B and blues covers on them. Same with the Stones. So, just a little tidbit for you.
So now what are we doing?
The next one that we're going to do, this is kind of... R.I.P. Casey Kasem. We're going to do a long-distance dedication.
Okay.
And this is a Billy Joel track. You ever had a pen pal?
No.
I had one in like 4th grade or 5th grade for school for like a couple letters, and then she stopped writing.
I had a Microsoft Net meeting a long time ago with somebody in Taiwan. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's similar to this, I guess. So now, the nowadays is what? Twitter, Facebook, text messaging.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a friend that lives in Chicago, and her name is Jules.
Did we go out to dinner with her once?
Nope.
Different.
Never
mind.
I've never met her in person.
Megan? Never mind.
We know some other girls.
Yeah, whatever.
But this girl I've never met in
Jules.
person. I don't know her. Yeah, but her name is Jules. She's one of Jean's friends.
Okay.
And that's how I met her. And she's a big music person, and she does like marketing and advertising in Chicago.
Okay.
Like she was recently working on, I saw a thing for Frozen on ice.
Okay.
Like a ice skating show.
Sure.
And she was doing the ad for Disney. Like that was what she was working on the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had sent her a message and talked about some podcasts, because she was one of the few people that was actually listening to them when we first started to put them up. And I was trying to get people that were actually listening to them involved in them. Yeah. And I said, hey, give me 3 albums that were first for you, or something along those lines. And she picked 3 of them, and I picked one of the ones out of the 3. and I had to look it up because I wanted to see the order of the songs that came with it. And it came out in '83, and it's Billy Joel, and the album is An Innocent Man.
I have it.
I know you've got
Yeah.
it. I mean, you have all the stuff. But I picked this one because, from what I know about her, she doesn't follow the trends. So this might have been her favorite one because it was the third single off the record.
Okay.
So she wouldn't have picked the first one, and she wouldn't have picked the second one. They would have been too popular. The first single was Tell Her About It,
Yeah.
and then the second one was Uptown Girl. Actually, this was like the fourth single. Then The Longest Time, remember that track?
It's a good album. Yeah.
So this one is the one that I picked. And it's Leave a Tender Moment Alone. That's the song that we've got. It's got some harmonica, I think, on it. And it's actually like some famous harmonica player kind of came and made a cameo of this one. But it came out in 1983. This is one of the, maybe the first, maybe cassette tape she owned or something like that, I think was with email. It's been a while since we put this one together. But
Okay.
so this one goes out to my friend Jules in Chicago. Billy Joel, Leave a Tender Moment Alone.
Jules, you're cool. Anybody that likes Billy Joel, I think's all right.
Even though I'm in love, sometimes I get so afraid I'll say something so wrong just to have something to say. I know the moment isn't right to tell the girl a comical line to keep the conversation light. I guess I'm just frightened out of my mind, but if that's how I feel, then it's the best feeling I've ever known. It's undeniably real. Leave a tender moment alone. Yes, I know I'm in love, but just when I ought to relax, I put my foot in my mouth, 'cause I'm just avoiding the facts. If the girl gets too close, if I need some room to escape when the moment arrives, I tell her it's all a mistake, but that's not how I feel. No, that's not the woman I know. She's undeniably real. So leave a tender moment alone. But it's not only me breaking down when the tension gets high. Just when I'm in a serious mood, she is suddenly quiet and shy. Leave a tender moment, leave it alone. Leave a tender moment alone. No, the moment isn't right to hold my emotions inside, to change the attitude tonight. I run out of places to hide, and if that's how I feel, then it's the best feeling I've ever known. It's undeniably real. Oh, leave a tender moment alone. 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 Leave a tender moment.
right. That isn't the most popular song on that album.
Yeah, right? But it's still a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. The harmonica sounds like it has a bunch of reverb on it. It's it's a different.
It's a different sound. It
Yeah.
was 83.
83.
I mean, you got to think about this. Any album that you can have 6 singles from, and it's a single album, that's pretty good.
I'm telling you what. This is between you and I. We've
Yeah.
only had 2 arguments about music.
That's right.
One was about Billy Joel.
Yeah. This has been a long-standing one, though.
And what was the other one?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is the one that sticks out. But you know what? Like, you've been pushing this a little bit. Like, you've liked him a long time.
Yeah.
And you like to play piano, and you like to listen to people play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wanted to push it away. I just didn't like Billy Joel. But I've kind of come around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I own a couple of his albums now.
Holy crap, it's about time.
I own the one that has the Piano Man on it. It might be called Piano Man. It's a black and white cover with his face on it.
Yeah.
I own one other album, and we're going to get to it at the
All
end
right.
of the show.
I'll
but
buy you some Billy Joel now
I
that
don't, know
you're...
I don't know if I need it, but I thought 1 or 2 albums was good enough. Basically, in case you ever came over, we could listen to it.
Well, it's vinyl, so...
Yeah, I guess that'd be
if I-
cheaper.
Yeah, I'll buy you vinyl.
So that was Billy Joel. That was from my friend Jules.
Uh-huh.
The next one that we're going to do is another one of those songs that I have a specific memory for. And it's a Hall & Oates track. And it came out probably around the same time, maybe 83, 84. We had it on vinyl also. I don't know where my parents bought vinyl records.
I have no idea.
Maybe like Sears. I think they used to have music at Sears.
Yeah.
But I specifically remember this song, and this is the memory I have to it that's tied to it. You might have heard this before, but maybe nobody else has that I'm talking to on the internet, the 4 people that are out there. It was a Saturday morning. Mom's cooking breakfast. My parents were still married, which was a long time ago. Watching the Smurfs. We had a black and white TV in the kitchen on a cart. I remember my mom was making blueberry muffins. I was sitting in my little kid's wooden rocking chair. Because you know how I am, man. I got to have a rocking chair.
Absolutely.
And I remember listening to this on record. I would play it over and over. And it was a Saturday morning watching cartoons. It sticks out in my memory. I don't know why. But it's probably, the reason it's on the list, it's my first like actual musical memory. I would have been maybe 5 years old, 4 or 5.
Okay.
Depending on when this came out. I don't know the year, but...
Well, this is a great song to have that memory to.
Yeah,
so,
right? Like,
yeah.
it's a pretty good way to start out your life.
I would think so, yeah.
It's better than, I don't know,
I don't know. Yeah.
Neil Diamond. It's better than Neil Diamond, first song, or
Yeah.
maybe like Cameo or any of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Some kids are born and the first thing they know is Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well,
So this I feel okay with.
Hall & Notes are just great.
I mean,
musicians.
they mastered the pop song.
Yeah, they
right?
did. They had it.
They have it, and they still do. They
Yeah.
still got it. The guy can still write a good song, and I like to watch a show on TV. So this song is my first musical memory, and it's Man Eater. It's got a killer bass line, by the way.
Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she come. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes. She'll only come out at night. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. She's a man eater. The woman is wild. Ooh. Here she comes. Watch out, boy. Watch out, boy. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah, yeah. She's a man eater.
In my mind, they are second behind the King of Pop. They're right
Yeah.
behind him.
For the 80s
Those
pop
guys-
title.
Absolutely brilliant.
You know, that's a great 80s fade out, first
Yeah.
of all. Like, that's a huge thing for the 80s. That was a good one. As I'm talking, I'm looking out your back window here. We're in a room in your house, looks out over your backyard.
Uh-huh.
And I can't help but note the irony of your weed eater sitting there. It's not working right now. We're going to work on that maybe. But right next to it, there's a rabbit chewing grass. Right next to the weed eater. He was just chomping down some grass. And I couldn't help but think, man, if he could fix that weed eater and turn it on, we'd pay him in carrot
Well,
sticks.
there's a squirrel on the table outside too.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
It's
eating
like
nuts. He likes nuts.
I think they just love Hall & Oates. They heard it and they came. Everything came to
Like
the yard.
Snow White singing a song.
Yep.
Like all animals show up.
Exactly like that. That's
Yeah.
what you get, Daryl Hall.
Huh.
So yeah, that was Maneater. I did a little research on that during the song because I wanted to see if my memory was right, and I was wrong. That actually came out in 1982, so I was 4 years old.
Oh.
So Lisa, my sister, would have just been a baby,
Yeah.
like a year old. And that was released on October 31st, 1982. So it was a Halloween album. So
Wow.
that's cool. We're coming up on Halloween.
We are.
And yeah, let's put up what I know for that one. The next one we've got is going to be, I think, a Hank Williams track, like the original Hank Williams.
Oh. Good.
And this is
Cool.
one of the songs that I can remember as a kid hearing on the farm again. But in my grandparents' kitchen, they had a super old like Frigidaire refrigerator, like one that had like Freon in it, like from the 50s.
Okay.
They had it the whole time. My grandma just finally got rid of it. Like had it for forever. And on top of it, they had a cheap, crappy clock radio, digital clock radio. It wasn't even digital back then, but clock radio. And when my grandpa would get up every morning, he'd go down. This was before he was health conscious, right? So he would get down there and he would fry up some bacon, make like 2 or 3 eggs and some toast, pot of coffee,
You're making me hungry.
like 5:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and he would turn on the radio. The same AM radio country channel, WOW, maybe I think is what it was.
okay. Yeah.
And this is a song that once in a while they would play it because it was an old song even back then. I mean, it was already 30 years old. But I definitely heard it on the radio, in the kitchen, on the farm, as a little whippersnapper while Grandpa was cooking breakfast. So that's the memory with this one. So
Okay.
one of my other first music memories. Hank Williams, the original.
It's called I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and he looked so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. A picture from the past came slowly stealing as I brushed your arm and walked so close to you. Then suddenly I got that old time feeling. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. It's hard to know another's lips will kiss you and hold you just the way I used to do. Oh, heaven only knows how much I'll miss you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Thank you so much. You know, you folks really make a person feel good. You make me feel sort of like I'm sitting down in Montgomery, Alabama, with my feet on Mama's table, eating some of them black-eyed peas and them hog joes or something like that. Right now, we're gonna let Burrhead show his ignorance. It don't take him but about 2 minutes to get his ignorance showed, and then he quits right then and there. He did a number on the first show that a lot of people have asked for. I think we have a few of the people here that was on the, well, not the first show, the second show. We didn't get here on the first show. We just plain out missed it. We'd come forward 5 miles, and then the wind would blow us back 3, so we just never got here. That's just all there is to it.
That's all there is to it, Mark.
Wow.
So, you know, Hank Williams was around not very long. He only recorded a few songs worth of stuff. Like,
He had a hard life, right?
oh
I
yeah,
mean-
he drank a shit ton
Right.
and didn't eat anything.
And he would disappear from his wife, right?
Yeah, for a while, and then he ended up having like bleeding ulcers and ended up dying in a car
Oh, okay.
when he was like 28 or 29 years old.
Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, don't live like Hank. Write songs like Hank, but don't live like him. So they used to have a show that was kind of like the Grand Ole Opry out of Shreveport, Louisiana,
Okay.
and that's where that was recorded from. So it was like a local radio show that was broadcast all around the South for people that couldn't get the Grand Ole Opry out of Tennessee. I think Nashville, I think is where that's at. So that
Have you
was
ever
taped
been?
in- No, never. Have you?
Grand Old? Yeah.
Did you see a show or?
It was no. I mean, it was so strange because they the way they recorded it just seemed like they were recording like segments that didn't go in line with the whole show. So it wasn't like watching the show from beginning to end. It was just watching little snippets of
Little parts.
yeah.
It was like
And
a
I don't-
puzzle, and they put it
I have
together.
no idea how they did it. It seemed so strange.
Huh.
Didn't make any sense. But it
No.
was fun.
I've never been. I'd love to go. I'd love to go check it out.
Yeah, you should.
I know I just saw that Old Crow Medicine Show just got into the Grand Ole Opry, so they're members
Oh, cool.
last year, so that's cool. So we got one more.
All right.
The other, remember earlier in the show we were talking about how I got that tape for Easter, the Who?
Uh-huh.
Well, this was the other tape I got that Easter. The Easter before, I had asked for Shipwreck. The G.I. Joe guy, he had a parrot. Remember him? He was a sailor.
I had him.
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I asked for him.
Yeah.
And the Easter Bunny, a.k.a. my mom, wrote a note
Wait.
to me. And
Spoiler.
yeah, oops, sorry, kids. My mom is the Easter Bunny. Anyway, she wrote a note to me that couldn't, they didn't have Shipwreck in Easterland, and I had to get a different guy. So I was let down because I wanted Shipwreck real bad. He had that talking parrot. He was so cool.
Did you get the ninja?
Nope, never
I
had
had the
him.
ninja guy, too.
I had Quick
Yeah.
Kick for a while. I never did have Storm Shadow or anything like that cool. But so the next year for Easter, I got tapes because I was into music by then. Screw that G.I. Joe. Give me
Yeah.
some music.
Yeah.
This was not one I asked for. This is kind of where it started for me, Mark. This was Glass Houses. I got Glass Houses on cassette tape,
I'm sorry.
and I was upset about it.
Well,
But it was a good album. Now I look at it now, it's got some good tracks.
yeah, of course I have it,
But this is what I got. I got The Who, and then I got this one.
yeah.
And I listened to
So
this one
that's
like maybe
like-
one time, and that's where it started.
You were so pissed off about
Yeah.
Glass Houses that
Yeah.
you hated Billy Joel.
Forever.
All
until the last 2 years. That's almost 25 years ago.
You're a music savant, you know that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So we're gonna listen to one of the singles off of that Glass Houses album, and I guess it's still rock and roll to me. So thanks for listening, everybody. It's been Brewsic, Mark, and Brian, getting ready to go hit an Oktoberfest later. We might have another show in us yet. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks to Stone Brewing for not sponsoring us, but letting us drink their alcoholic beverages when I paid for them. Yeah. So let's do it, Mark. Billy Joel.
All right, have fun, kids.
Thanks. Peace.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where have you been hiding out lately, honey? You can't dress trashy till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white wall tires? Are you gonna cruise the Miracle Mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet's a true baby blue Continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. Oh, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers, 'cause it's always been the same old scene. There's a new band in town, but you can't get the sound from a story in a magazine. Aimed at your average teen. How about a pair of pink sidewinders and a bright orange pair of pants? Well, you could really be a Beau Brummel, baby, if you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers. You get more mileage from a cheap pair of sneakers. Next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? Well, should I try to be a straight A student? If you are, then you think too much. Don't you know about the new fashion, honey? All you need are looks and a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyways, it's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me.